It's quietly blue comedian Aaron, the Super Eagle, I think that's his wrestling name, Charlton, tweet 2, so let's put your hands together. This is shit. Who wrote this? Oh, written by the football lads who came to see him. Very nice. Aaron Charlton, everyone. He did miss out the bit about clapping like a pedo with a JCB, like, but just leave that at that. Yeah, right. Everyone seems to be quite lively. Everyone saying, hey! Hey! Everyone saying, ooh! Ooh! Everyone saying, Third one never ever happens. Sorry, I was only doing that because I need cheering up. I've had a bit of a bad week. Had a gig on Sunday. I got 2 minutes doing material and I got ejected, thrown out. I suppose that's what you get for trying to spice up somebody's funeral. My girlfriend left us also. She did, Anna. She packed all her shit up. I came home one day from work and she packed all her shit up and left. It's gypsies for you, isn't it? She did leave one thing, like, but I'm struggling to get rid of it at the moment. Get rid of that. Yeah, I'm actually a Trent House virgin. I've never been here before, but the word virgin obviously doesn't mean anything to anyone in here, ever. Get sobered characters all over the place, like he's all someone in the corner under the table. Wetting your lettuce. Crazy bitch. Yes, sorry though. No, I do actually love the North East, I really, really do. If the North East was a woman, I'd fuck the living shit out of it. I'd even go ass them out. That much I love the North East. I mean, the North East is full of loads of different things. I mean, the North East is the only place in the world you can actually use something I invented called slag currency. It's basically where you give a girl something and you're going to get something back. So obviously you give a girl one drink, you buy a girl a drink, and you're expecting maybe a kiss, a hug, a bit of a dance. You give her 2 drinks, you're expecting a bit more of a grope, a bit more of a snog, you know, all that kind of thing. Give her 3 drinks, you're at least expecting a sticky finger. You know, that's what I'd say anyway. It works for dating as well, you know what I mean? If you take a girl on a date, you go to a pub, you have a nice pub meal. You're expecting a kiss goodnight and a text tomorrow saying, I had a lovely time. If you get her a Nando's, again, if I spend 30 quid on fucking chicken, I'm expecting, again, a sticky finger. If you were to go out on the piss with somebody and you had a really nice night and you went on nightclub and you ended up getting a hotel, I class that, hotel, top of the line of slag currency, that's all in my eyes. That's everything you can ever imagine in one night. I'm talking gimp suits, in your own mouth, the lot. Snowballing, whatever that is. Somebody said it was horrible. Good thing about the North East as well, Chavas. I fucking love Chavas. Obviously everyone in here fucking hates them, but I love them. You miss out on things like Chavas, for instance, when all the rioting was going on. I mean, in Manchester, Liverpool, London, all their Chavas were going fucking wild, nicking rice and rice. That's all I've seen in the papers, to be honest. And everyone in the North East Chavas were doing nout. None of the North East Chavs ever rioted or did fuck all. Now the papers put that down to the fact that we have a strong sense of community up here, and we all love each other very, very much. I think that it's because they had no one to babysit their kids. Got time again already. What was it? Oh yeah. I thought I'd hit you with a clean one. I've been talking about obviously wanking in your own mouth and stuff like that, so I thought it'd be a bit sobered. So we'll start with something else. I'll leave you with something to think about for about 10 seconds. Can blind people dream?
Yes.
I did say 10 seconds. You know, countdown clock, supposed to wait until the good bit. Anywho, well, blind people probably can dream, but they can't see. So imagine what their dreams are like. I imagine it'd be more like a soundtrack. Like if you fell asleep with your iPod on or something like that. I was thinking about it quite a lot and I thought, this is probably what a blind person's dream is. Yeah, they're asleep there. Jane, wake up, Jane! Jane, wake up, Jane! Because he's blind, he didn't know where she was. Should have picked up on that. Jane, wake up, I've had a nightmare. Hey, what's up, Joe, you alright? What was your nightmare about? I don't know, I think I got killed by Mario Kart. Nobody was on the bit there. Have anyone been reading the papers lately? Has anyone seen the Luis Suarez scandal?
Yeah.
Yeah, horrific, wasn't it? Luis Suarez calling a black person black, but in some kind of language where it meant it was a bad thing. I don't condone racism, but what I do think happens is that we kind of always plant racism on racists, and not the people that are secretly racist. I've recently watched one of the most racist, stereotypical films in the world, and not one person has ever questioned it. It's The Goonies. Anyone seen The Goonies?
Yeah.
Everyone else? There's a guy over there going, Loonies? What? Fucking what? No, The Goonies, right? I mean, if you look at The Goonies as a film, it's a really good film, isn't it? It's a children's classic. You show your kids it, everybody loves it. If you think about the casting, you know, they wanted to cast, they've got 5 Italian guys in there. They're all mobsters. They've got one mouthy guy, he's Spanish, right? They've got one guy who's got gadgets pissing out of his arse and everything, cameras popping out of his chest. What's he? Japanese. You might as well just walk in the audition and went, hi, my name's Samsung Sony. You know, the worst one by far is they wanted some kind of superhero, but they wanted an underdog superhero. So they picked someone who obviously had severe learning difficulties. Right? You obviously did. You've seen it, right? So you would pick someone who was quite like you wouldn't want to like kind of stereotype them at all, but no, they picked a 7'4" monster, obviously not playing on the retard strength thing of it, with a face that was mangled worse than my arse after a curry, and then called him Sloth. Not gonna lie to you. There should have been someone pulled about that. They might as well have just walked on with a cage with a disabled guy and went, come on, Mungo, we're going for a walk. Eat your fish heads, you little twat. You know, and I think it is, it's like, everyone, like, you can't say certain words these days. Like, I mean, obviously I was going on about blind people, they've always been blind, you know what I mean? They've never been able to see, obviously. They've always been called blind, or partially sighted, or one of those two. People with learning difficulties have had a fucking 100 names, obviously sitting in an office somewhere, and they went, we're going to call you retards. No, I don't like that. Or no. So they went, right, okay then. You're a spastic. No. Oh, fucking hell. You've got learning difficulties. No, I don't like that one. You've got learning difficulties. You don't understand that? Great, we'll go with that for now. You know what I mean? And fat people. Fat people have always been called fat. I'm not exactly trim of the month, but you know, I get called fat. I get called obese in some cases. By bastards. And we've always complained about that word, fat and obese. We hate that word, yet it's never ever changed. If they changed it to something like flower, I think the world would be a better place. You know, your lass walks in, hey, you're looking really flower tonight. Flower. It's great. Speaking of fat people, has everyone watched the launch of Celebrity Big Brother?
No.
Well, I'll tell you a bit about it then. Because obviously the next 2 minutes I was meant to fill up with this joke are going to be wasted. Celebrity Big Brother is where they put some Z-list celebrities in a house. Basically what they did this year was they wanted loads of people to have sex. So they put 9 kind of page 3 Playboy bunny model type characters who are all head to foot stunning, thick as fuck. And then they put, on the other side of the equation, they put basically a load of ladies only raise Essex type characters, all 6-pack and cock, basically. They are cocks, they don't have them. And they expected them all to have sex. But in the mix, they threw in 2 other people. Frankie Kokoza, who was famed for having 1 line of cocaine and a joint. Now, I'm from Newcastle. Most people around here have that for fucking breakfast. You know what I mean? Wake up. After me jogging Tesco's, driving vans. And off the chart, you know what I mean? What a fucking mug he is. And the other one, they threw in Natalie Cassidy. Now, if you don't know who Natalie Cassidy is, it's probably, the best way to describe it would be Michelle McManus and Rick Waller had a love child. Right? Now, put her next to these other 9-page 3 models, it's like having a gourmet buffet of salmon, prawn sandwiches, curried vol au vents, and at the end, a bowl of pickled onions. That is what Natalie Cassidy is to Big Brother. She is literally a big bowl of pickled fucking onions. Horrible. And I think that's why we should all call fat people flower. So on that note, I will finish by saying goodbye.